Hi there and welcome to Apple World. So it seems as though Nicki Minaj isn't going to relinquish her problem with Lil Kim at any point in the near future, and she is as yet holding a significant resentment. After this time, Deb and Minuscule attempted to play go-between and settle the hamburger. But it just exacerbated things in light of the fact that Nicki got down on Deb and hauled her for Phil for spreading lies about Kim's relationship with Nicki. It seems as though Nicki is as yet pungent over her meet with Lil Kim, and she won't allow it to get by, so we should separate the circumstances for the people who don't realize Nicki and Lil Kim have had hamburgers for a significant length of time, beginning from the time Nicki previously got into the business at the time Nicki was simply beginning. Nicki delivered this cover picture for her mixtape titled Recess is Finished, and many individuals felt like she was duplicating Lil Kim's image for her collection Bad to the Bone, which was delivered in 1996. The photos look sort of comparative, but Nicki put her own twist on them, so I think Lil Kim's collection cover was more similar to her motivation. Once upon a time, there were murmurs that Lil Kim was really distraught about, particularly since she figured Nicki ought to have extended her some serious regard at the time. Lil Kim was the reigning sovereign of rap, a definitive diva in the game, so it's not difficult to see the reason why she anticipated that Nicki should kneel a piece Nicki anyway was tied in with doing whatever she might want to do. She didn't want to roll out any exceptional honorary pathway for Lil Kim and continued doing whatever she might want to do. Normally, this just powered Lil Kim's fire, and perhaps of the juiciest meat in rap history was conceived both Lil Kim and Nicki began tossing conceit in their tracks. It got considerably spicier in 2010 when BeamJ called Nicki a Lil Kim knockoff at one of Kim's shows. Nicki didn't applaud back herself. However, Drake stepped in at a Nicki show, going to bat for her, say, "I don't give a yet no other person discussing you the baddest that at any point do this recall that I said that I'm out, give me music that is family." At any rate, we didn't hear much about the until 2018 when Lil Kim had a meeting at the Genuine 92. She was gotten some information about her problem with Nicki and Lil Kim, guaranteed that she was over the meat. This is what she said: God favor her. What she did, however you understand what God favor her. I hope everything works out for her. I'm peeved that I'm ready to move on, now I won't lie. When I originally heard this, I didn't very accept her. You and I both know celebs say stuff they don't exactly mean, particularly when they've gotten collection dropping. Lil Kim had another delivery at that point, so I figured she didn't need the points to blacklist and tank herself. However, at that point in June 2021, Lil Kim dropped a stunner guaranteeing that she needed to do a versus fight with Nicki Minaj. Now I need to ask, right, we won't say who against. However, would you do a versus? Yes, you would do it. Yes, goodness. See that? Okay, is there anyone that you would rehash it? So you only prepared for anyone? Nicki. This showed that Lil Kim was prepared to crush the meat. Yet sadly, it didn't exactly resolve that method of being fair. Lil Kim appeared as though she was moving past the circumstances, and she applauded back at Angela Yee when Angela attempted to work up more show by raising some old show after Lil Kim previously said that she was continuing on from the show for reasons unknown. Angela believed that it was smart for her to post an old meeting with Lil Kim where Kim discussed her problem with Nicki. In the meeting, Kim says, "I for one think they cold hard cash didn't believe I should remain next to Nicki." I think Lil Kim felt that cold hard cash didn't need her rivaling Nicki at the time. It checked out on the grounds that Nicki was endorsed to Greenbacks Records, while Lil Kim was still in an exchange stage focusing on Nicki. Lil Kim was justifiable from a business outlook. Yet I thoroughly get why Lil found it hostile, particularly since she was a much greater craftsman at the time. I need to concede that posting that on Facebook was off-color. There was not a great explanation for Angela to work up an old hamburger, particularly since both Nicki and Kim appear to have continued on the thing Angela was expecting to accomplish. It seems as though she did it for consideration, and she absolutely got it in light of the fact that Lil Kim herself remarked on the post she composed. For what reason are we bringing this up? I thoroughly regard Lil Kim for this assertion in light of the fact that Angela was absolutely off the mark, and someone expected to take care of her things has been somewhat quiet among Nicki and Kim as of not long ago. Deb and Lil as of late uncovered that she had been attempting to fix things among Nicki and Kim. Other female specialists might, at any point, hope to attempt to inspire her to plunk down where conceivably Cardi B and Lil Kim to attempt to mend their disparities. I couldn't want anything more than to see that I would adore and love to see them generally meet up. I feel that we as a whole would cherish seeing that, yet individuals might need to want to do that. And frankly, she's killing me for saying this. However, I connected with Kim alright. Okay, thus I believe that one thing about me, Nicki, wasn't cool with this. And she read Deb to foulness on Twitter, saying, "Deb, isn't it interesting the way in which you left out the greatest piece of the story? I didn't request that you do a thing, you let me know afterward, and I shouted on you and told you in the event that you connect with individuals now that you're being seen around me, they will believe it's coming from me, so to never do that again without talking about it with me. First, I said I'd never need that and that, now she believed that message came from me, which isn't cool. She proceeded, no doubt you dismissed it, and said her furthermore, charming ought to come out. I said no, I don't just net. Ed saucy to emerge in front of an audience with me. She's like family to me. No lack of regard, God favor everybody and our kids, allow every one of us to do our thing and say thanks to God for life, quit involving my name for misleading content in 2024. We get it, I'm that be the means by which dare you meets this world, man, this world, love yourself profoundly. Definitely Nicki hadn't arrived for Deb attempting to represent her on somebody she had meet with, and fans are with her on this, they left remark. Saying I get what Deb was attempting to do, yet she went too far. You can't attempt to mend something that she didn't break. Kim was discourteous, and on her ego trip each time Nicki attempted to show love on her way up they and had a burial service for Nicki, and she's the one to focus on still. Fruitful, I accept Deb meant well, however Nicki Ben said we ain't making up. I needn't bother with the middle person, and the way that Nicki told her don't, and afterward, Deb came and to some degree talked on that circumstance in a meeting causes her to appear to be extremely muddled regard the limits of others particularly. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.